Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Landscape North. This is episode 21. It's been a while since I've done a podcast, so I'm getting back on track again. And this morning I have the privilege of welcoming Jim Waldron from Wausau Tile to be a guest on the show. Good morning and welcome, Jim.
Good morning, Chris. It's great to be here.
Well, thank you. Jim, before we get started on some of the dialogue that we're going to have, can you just give us a quick, brief background of yourself and your relationship to Wausau Tile?
Yeah, sure. Quick background, I grew up as an engineer. I went to Georgia Tech to become a mechanical engineer. Spent about 20 years in the automotive world, then converted over to the construction world and have really never looked back. The last
Nice.
2 years, I've been actively involved with Wausau Tile, and what a great company and great people.
Great. Well, welcome aboard. Side of the business, because this podcast is more directed towards that side of the marketplace. So there seems to be a lot of caution in the commercial construction marketplace with regards to bigger projects. As a manufacturing leader, what impact is this caution having on your business?
Yeah, Chris, this is where the crystal ball always comes in handy, right? There's two things going on right now that, at least in my mind, are causing the caution that we have. The U.S. presidential election years are always a little bit unknown with what's going to happen in the marketplace. And so keeping an eye out on that. But probably the bigger thing that I watch is the Architectural Billing Index, really to see what the architects are doing. And we've seen a year So with those two things, what are we doing? It's a fair question. Candidly, we're a little bit slower to hire these days, right? As we are looking at the market and where it's going, we want to make sure we keep the right staffing levels, if you will. And so that slows us down a bit. And, the other thing is we're keeping an eye on inventory levels, which is quite a change. Through COVID, all of us were worried about having enough material. And now as we're concerned the marketplace, I'm looking at both our raw materials. Do we have enough sand? Do we have enough cement? Do we have enough aggregates? Or do we have too much? And I'm looking at our finished goods pile because I find that our customers also are still ordering a little from the COVID days where get it as soon as I can. And now they don't need it as soon as they thought they did. So we're keeping an eye on both of those.
Okay.
But on the positive side, really, we, Wausau Tile, and I really expect the market to remain strong overall going forward. So we're continuing to invest in our operations, continue to invest in our equipment so that we'll be ready to go regardless of where the market goes.
Perfect. And from a manufacturing standpoint, how are you seeing AI and innovation impacting Wausau Tile's ability to respond in the marketplace?
Yeah, a lot of good stuff with AI and with innovation. First and foremost, I think the entire world is bracing themselves for not having enough workers to be able to keep up with demand going forward. So every demographic model that I've seen for Wisconsin and for our area, as the baby boomers retire, there's not going to be enough of the next generations truly to take their spots. So innovation is critical for us going forward. And we look at efficiency, and you're talking more about manufacturing, but candidly, we're using AI to help with our marketing work, right? We're asking it to help us rewrite some of our brochures, and that saves a fair amount of time. From a manufacturing standpoint, we're looking at with visual systems, with robots, and with cobots. We are starting to invest in finding ways to use AI and technology to be able to do work that we won't have enough humans to do here before you know it.
Okay.
But one more point on that, we're also working with our technical colleges because they really have started to put in the training to make sure that the workforce that we do have will be ready to work with this technology, with this artificial intelligence as we go forward. So we've got a number of irons in that fire, I'll say.
You're also quite heavily involved in the local manufacturing education connection with your local community as well, are you not?
Yeah, Chris, I've been actively involved for almost 10 years with a group called the Central Wisconsin Manufacturers Alliance. And our goal, it's a pretty ambitious goal, is to resolve the workforce shortage by 2035.
Wow.
So it's an aggressive goal. But really, the starting point was we're working with eighth graders. In Wisconsin, eighth grade is when students start thinking about what career choices and what they want to be when they grow up. And
Okay.
so we started taking eighth graders through manufacturing facilities and through technical colleges to get them to consider manufacturing as a career choice. And we've taken over 60,000 eighth graders through that program. And
Wow.
we're starting to see an impact with them looking at manufacturing as a career choice. So it's been pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's a big commitment to make for something that's going to be 8, 10 years down the road. But congratulations, that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. There's 130 manufacturers in our area that are members of this group, and so it's
Sure.
quite a large group of people.
Yeah. I mean, we've been obviously talking about labor shortages. Is there anything else that you would like to add on to what you're looking at locally and more directly to your industry to help stabilize that local labor force?
Yeah, thanks, Chris. It's we're doing all the usual stuff, right? We're making sure that we pay competitively, that we've got good benefits, we've got a safe work environment. But really, we are working to have a team environment so that it's a place where people want to work. And I'll tell you, we're not perfect, but making good progress.
Good.
We're really continuing to build on. I'll say, when I showed 2 years ago, I inherited a company that a family, the Kresge family, had done an incredible job of building this business. A large portion of our workforce has over 20 years of experience.
Wow.
Um, about a third of our workforce is 20 years and plus, and it's amazing what that team knows and the talent they have. Yesterday,
Sure.
I gave out two 35-year service awards to shop floor guys,
Wow.
and they're still going strong, right? It's an amazing workforce. So I'm blessed with the chance to leverage what the family's done and really sort of drive that going forward. And then, as we already talked, right, SWIMA, the Central Wisconsin Manufacturers Alliance, really is the bigger overall group for the area to help keep talent in the area.
Great. Just to change gears a little bit on you. Obviously, climate change has had an impact on the landscaping and architectural world.
Yeah.
You have a number of landscape architects that are looking for more carbon-friendly products. What are you doing at Wausau Tile to reduce your carbon impact?
Had in their mission forever is an environmental friendly focus. So everything that can be recycled gets recycled, right? Our processed water, as simple as that, gets used multiple times and ultimately gets cleaned up so that it is as clean as when it came into the building and gets put back into the environment. So really good stuff there. A lot of the aggregates that we use can be recycled in a number of ways. If we have scrap in the manufacturing process, that all gets recycled. So that's stuff that we've just done forever, right? Energy efficiency has been important for what we do. I'll say I'm excited to talk now about a new process. There's a pozzolan, which is a material that is really made up of post some really good success at being able to replace that and get as good as or better results actually than using cement. So this is a little early, but I would expect by the end of this year, we will be launching product lines that have this one-for-one replacement for cement. And we all know cement is just not a carbon-friendly material.
Right.
And so
Yeah,
anything you can do, to replace that is absolutely a good path. And so really excited to see what we're doing in our manufacturing facilities to be able to use that material.
Oh, that's great. Awesome. Thanks very much. And
Yeah.
then, so maybe in summary, because I know your time is valuable, in summary, what one or two areas would you want landscape architects and contractors to know that would benefit their experience with Wausau Tile?
Yeah, well, I love this question, Chris. Absolutely a great one. First and foremost, building codes continue to get more and more strict or more stringent. And, one of the areas that we've been doing a lot of work is on amenity decks and rooftop pavers.
Sure. Yeah.
And I want to make sure that landscape architects are first familiar with the codes. I'm sure they are, but they have, like I said, they've tightened up in the last few years. We've got a system, a hidden lockdown system that is incredible for securing pavers on roof deck. And it's a hidden system. So it really gives you a really, really good look on your amenity deck. And so I'd want to make sure they're taking a look at that and making sure that they're, looking at the building codes. And we're happy to work with you guys in any way, shape, or form to help make sure that you're on that path. The other thing.
And by hidden, do you mean that so there's the locking mechanism doesn't detract from the vision and the design of the roof deck amenity space?
Chris, you're exactly right. The system that we have, not visual at all from looking at the top of the paver. The entire mechanism is completely hidden from sight so that it just looks like you've got a paver on slab or on ground, and that no other visual deterioration from that. So yeah, we've found landscape architects really, really like this system.
Awesome. Anything else that you would like to sort of wrap up the podcast with?
Yeah, really enjoy what we do, right? Wausau Tile is now 71 years in business. Same owners from the beginning. Really, we enjoy what we do. We've got an incredible team in place, and hope we have a chance to work together. And Chris, I really enjoy you giving me the chance to tell a bit of our story.
Oh, that's great. What one question would you have for the landscape architectural community that you'd like to see a little bit of feedback from them as I post this on LinkedIn and YouTube? Maybe they'll comment and respond to a question that you might have for the industry.
One of the ongoing challenges is feedback, right? So if there's one or two things that you see that Wausau Tile could do better, I actually would love to hear that. And that would give us a chance to be more responsive in a lot of cases to the people we work with.
Awesome. Well, Jim, I appreciate your time. Thanks for the enlightenment, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Chris, thank you very much. You too.
Okay.